Sorry. So it's automatically run on, will it?
You have to press it to start.
Right, my name is Richard McCowan. I am a part-time lecturer at Leeds Met and co-founder of Biomimicry UK, which is a small fledgling network which is about promoting sustainable practices within the UK across various businesses and academia. Now, we've been talking about it all day. Fossil fuels, we're reliant on it. Power stations everywhere, energy is wasted. Problems we've got at the moment has been mentioned about, the growth economies in India and China. How can we stop that? How can we look at using things like biomimicry to solve these challenges and make the world for the future? Climate change. We've got a lot more extreme weather in the 21st century. We have done for a while, but we're also, when we're building a lot of places, we're removing a lot of the green space where water normally flows through, and it's ending up running off surface water drainage and pooling places we need to go. Right, what is biomimicry? Biomimicry is a conscious emulation of nature's genius. It's about mimicking the forms, the process, and the functions. It's not an answer, it's a way to find answers. This is a really good quote by Janine Benius, who is the founder of Biomimicry Institute. Who does biomimicry? Well, we all do, kind of, in a way. In some ways people don't realise it. You've got designers do it, business economists do it, material scientists look at it. So basically there's a lot of people out there doing it in the UK and worldwide, but in the UK particularly, there's not a big network for it. Where have we seen it before? Products for Velcro. It's a very good example. We've also seen it going back in history. Early man watched nature and how they fish found food and also stored it as well. Other examples, Buckminster Fuller's designs and also interface as well. Why use biomimicry? Well, if you look at nature, it's been designing for 3.8 billion years and they don't use harsh chemicals. It's very, very simple. They build from the bottom up, use locally sourced materials. Okay, how do we do about it? The way that you go about it is you just go out, sit in your garden or out in a field or park and watch nature, watch how things work together, watch how the bumblebees can go from plant to plant, seeding, connecting, how the ecosystems work together with the grasses and the trees and the open spaces, and you can get ideas. Now the big challenge is, this is a site, Skelton Moor Farm, East Leeds. We're actually doing a competition here about creating a closed loop water cycle. We've got the White Beck running down. It's going to be obviously a lot of surface water runoff. How do you deal with it? There are big challenges with innovation, lack of money, and also getting across the key stakeholders about using biomimicry. Right, the Biomimicry Network. It's currently a network set up between Coventry, Bath, Leeds Met and Dundee. It's started out by 4 academics in material sciences, product design, myself in urban and landscape, and we've got engineering from Bath as well. What we're doing is, first of all, focusing on academia and then bringing in partners in industry. And that way it's a lot more creatively led, and it's about using value for money for the practices as well. And there's going to be a lot of research, but trying to simplify it down for business as well. Again, moving on. The big thing about it is setting up cooperative relationships. I've been speaking a lot to guys like at Permaculture UK, Urban Design Group, Cradle to Cradle, which would be a very good group to bring on board. And basically about setting up, finding ways of how they're using sustainable practices in design and how biomimicry could be incorporated. Now going on how we're communicating this. Well, at the moment, you see Twitter handle at the bottom, that we've got a Facebook page. We're in the process of using Leeds Met's Design School's website for setting out a way of communicating as well. This leads on to the next point, which should be the next slide, but it's not. To get this network set up, we've got 3 design champions. We've got Julian Vincent, who's the ex-head of bioengineering at the University of Bath. We've got Giles Hutchins, who is an economist and does work inspired by nature, and Michael Pollan, you'll know his work from designing the Eden Project and various other things. This leads me on to the event. We've got a launch event on the 23rd of January 2013. It's predominantly aimed at teaching students about how to use biomimicry, but you're all more than welcome to come along to the afternoon networking event to meet the experts, to find out how it's going. If you want to get involved, it's about you guys telling us how biomimicry network can be set up and run. Other things we're doing is we've developed at Dundee, it's up a small journal. It's not going to be a bogged down technical thing, it's about simplifying down things of how people got into biomimicry, what they've learned from nature, various things like that, but it's about sharing the information and making it publicly accessible, which will take time. Now, the other thing is about learning. Continually learning and developing and speaking to people through cooperation, through speaking to the champions, through speaking to people at events like this. It's a slow process, but we're hopefully going to get there.
You can press return if you want.
Oh, right, where we are at the moment. We're quite slowly growing the network, as you know, you don't want to develop these things too quickly and too big. We've got a founders meeting coming up soon. We're just looking at bringing in small partners to like Green Vision, the Lean Sustainability Institute as well. But over time, what we're planning to do is help climate change. We're looking at bringing in other institutions, academic institutions in the UK, to build the network up, and then even then start promoting this to the government as well. And to end with it, I've got a slide which is basically from a film you might have seen. Can we solve these problems? I don't know. I'll just let you read that one. Is it like the picture? Yes, James Cameron. So maybe we are all tree huggers after all. That's it.